Happy Monday, Antelope Valley. Hope everyone's well and that you had a pleasant weekend. I'm Mark Troth, broker and co-owner of Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Troth Realtors, right here in Lancaster, California, bringing you this week's version of the Antelope Valley Real Estate Market Update, where week in and week out, we take a look at exactly what's going on in our local real estate market. Feel it's important that residents, potential buyers, potential sellers have a trusted local resource to go to follow along with exactly what's going on in our local real estate market. Often our statistics, information about our Antelope Valley market gets lumped in with Greater Los Angeles County and Southern California. And our statistics, our market is definitely unique unto itself on how it responds to different trends here in California, Southern California, and across the nation. So that's how we do this week in and week out. We enjoy doing it, and we get lots of good feedback. So before we get into this week's statistics, also like to mention that that being the statistics, are courtesy of the Greater Antelope Valley Association of Realtors MLS system. So let's go ahead and see where we start. March 9th, the week of March 9th, 2026. So I guess maybe the best way to sum up our market through these first 10 weeks or so of 2026 would be it's almost like the game of red light, green light. It seems like we get the green light and things start to move along, and then all of a sudden there's stuff that's going on that we get the red light and things kind of slow down a little bit, and then we get the green light and the red light, and so it's kind of been definitely week after week, a little bit of ups and downs. But overall, I think that we're trending in the right direction. Obviously, the geopolitical stuff that's going on overseas in the Middle East on a lot of people's mind and having somewhat of a also affect interest rates and interest rates bumped up back up over 6% as well as people's pocketbooks. Gosh, I went and filled up my Jeep this morning, and things at Costco is right up to $5 a gallon again. So let's go ahead and get going. Active listings for the week starting today, March 9th, up just a tick from 848 last week to 851, a little bit less than a 1% increase, but still we'll take any increase that we can get. The pendings, those properties that have gone under contract and in escrow, 424. Nice, healthy jump from last week when we were at 408, representing a 3.9% increase. Week over week comparison, the week of March 2nd through the 8th, we saw 94 new listings come on the market compared to 84 the week prior. So a nice 11.9% increase. However, the median list price of those new listings down 10.7% to $440,000. New properties into escrows during that time period, 69, representing no change from the week prior. Median number of days on the market, 33, an increase of 1 day from the week prior. And also listings that closed escrow, 47, just kind of like those pendings, those into escrow, no change. Median sales price of those 47 down from 495 to 470, representing a 5.1% decrease. And our absorption rate dropped just a tick down to 4.4 months from 4.5. I always like to give that little bit of an explanation about the absorption rate. If you were to take that active listing number of 851 and divide it by the total closed residential properties over the last 30 days, which was 195, in other words, what's that representing if there was no other properties come on the market? How long would it take for those 851 properties to sell? And it's 4.4 months. Why that's important is because is anytime you're 3 months or less, you're definitely in a seller's market. 3 to 6 months, you're in a market where there's got to be some give and take between buyers and sellers. And then anytime you're 6 months or more, definitely in a uh, a buyer's market. So you can see we're right pretty much smack dab in the middle of between that buyers and sellers market, and we are seeing the need for some give and take, both between buyers and sellers. So definitely a interesting market, and we will continue to follow it as we move through the balance of the first quarter and through 2026. But as always, if there's any more information, any more statistics that you'd like about our local market, please feel free to reach out to myself or any of our other trusted associates here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Troth Realtors, where we proudly have been serving the Antelope Valley real estate market since 1957. All right, everybody, take care. Make it a great week, and we will chat with you next Monday. Bye bye.